What if your highly intelligent financial advisor is actively keeping you completely broke? Wall Street constantly tells you that building massive wealth is incredibly, terrifyingly complex. They say you must constantly pick exactly the right individual winning stocks. They tell you that you desperately need an expensive professional to safely manage your money. But look at the absolute brutal reality of the massive modern financial industry. 80% of highly paid professional stock pickers completely fail to beat the market. If the absolute smartest financial experts constantly fail, why are you listening to them? What if the absolute greatest wealth building strategy requires completely ignoring the toxic financial news? What if getting incredibly rich is actually shockingly simple and totally boring? If you click away right now, you will stay financially trapped forever. You will completely waste your life constantly paying massive fees to greedy bankers. Wake up, because the financial industry completely survives by making you feel stupid. In this video, I will completely permanently simplify your entire financial life today. I will give you 3 exact frameworks to build true generational wealth. You will learn exactly why the massive financial industry hates this specific strategy. I will show you the exact single index fund that completely guarantees your wealth. By the end of this video, your deep money anxiety will vanish completely. You will clearly understand exactly why financial independence is your ultimate goal. You will completely stop obsessing over highly volatile daily stock market charts. And I will give you the specific blueprint to retire incredibly early. This is not a highly complex, confusing math class on advanced options trading. This is the ultimate, totally hands-off wealth creation machine for average people. Pay very close attention because this specific, boring strategy will completely free you. The life-changing book we are breaking down today is The Simple Path to Wealth. It was written by a brilliant, highly successful financial blogger named J.L. Collins. Why should you strictly listen to him instead of some loud internet guru? Because J.L. Collins did not write this amazing book to explicitly get famous. He originally wrote these exact lessons as highly personal letters to his teenage daughter. He desperately wanted to teach her exactly how to survive the brutal modern economy. He realized that completely normal people simply do not want to constantly think about money. He spent decades making massive, highly painful, personal financial mistakes. He realized that simple execution always completely trumps incredibly complex mathematical optimization. He wrote this book to completely expose the massive simplicity of true wealth. The first major concept is fiercely pursuing what Collins calls FU money. Society constantly tells you that the ultimate goal of money is to buy luxury things. But Collins beautifully proves that money is actually simply a tool to buy freedom. When you have FU money, you are absolutely no longer a gilded slave. If you are trapped in a completely miserable, soul-crushing corporate job, you can quit immediately. If a toxic boss demands you do something terrible, you can safely say absolutely no. This completely shifts your mindset from being material-focused to being freedom-focused. Let me give you my brutally honest personal take on this massive shift. You absolutely do not need a giant mansion or a ridiculously expensive sports car. You desperately need the absolute freedom to wake up and completely own your day. When you view money as pure freedom, saving becomes incredibly, totally effortless. You must immediately stop aggressively buying things that quickly end up heavily owning you. The second major concept completely destroys how you view modern stock investing. Society constantly tells you to highly diversify into incredibly complex, actively managed funds. But Collins argues that you literally only need one single, specific investment entirely. He aggressively recommends putting 100% of your wealth into VTSAX. That is the legendary Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. When you aggressively buy VTSAX, you literally own a tiny piece of every single American company. The massive beauty of a broad index fund is that it is completely self-cleansing. When a terrible company completely fails, it drops directly out of the massive index automatically. When a brilliant new company rises, the massive index automatically instantly buys it. You literally absolutely never have to guess exactly which specific company will dominate next. You just completely, relentlessly ride the unstoppable, massive upward trajectory of human progress. This completely destroys the incredibly toxic, highly stressful game of timing the volatile market. You simply aggressively buy the massive index fund, and you never, ever sell it. This brings us to the absolute most critical, highly powerful idea in the book, the massive hidden superpower of the historically proven 4% rule. Most people are completely terrified they will somehow run out of money in retirement. But Collins completely removes this deep fear with raw, undeniable historical math. To find your ultimate FU money target, simply multiply your annual expenses by 25. Once you hit that exact massive number, you can safely withdraw 4% annually forever. Collins points out that 4% is actually an incredibly highly conservative withdrawal rate. Historical data proves a massive 5% withdrawal rate succeeds 86% of the time. If you are desperately trying to quickly escape a totally soul-crushing modern job, you should easily confidently take those massive statistical odds without any deep fear. During your aggressive wealth accumulation phase, simply hold 100% total stocks. Once you finally retire, you can slowly, slightly shift into bonds to smooth volatility. This single, simple formula completely guarantees you absolute massive financial freedom. So, what is my absolute honest personal review of this massive bestseller today? The absolute best thing about The Simple Path to Wealth is the brutal simplicity. Collins completely removes all the highly confusing, toxic jargon from modern investing entirely. He gives you a completely flawless, deeply actionable blueprint that literally anyone can use. Is there a massive flaw or something the deeply experienced author missed entirely? The incredibly aggressive 100% stock allocation strategy is highly volatile. If the massive global stock market completely crashes 50% right before you retire, you absolutely must possess incredible, unshakable mental fortitude to simply completely ride it out. But who exactly is this incredibly powerful, mind-bending financial book actually written for? If you completely, absolutely hate massive, terrifying budgeting spreadsheets, you must read this. If you constantly severely struggle with deep daily financial investing anxiety, read this. This amazing book is the ultimate red pill for easy, completely effortless generational wealth. Now it is finally time to completely aggressively simplify your massive financial future. Here are 3 highly actionable, completely zero-cost steps you can take tomorrow morning. Step 1. Immediately, completely eliminate absolutely every single terrible piece of high-interest consumer debt. Debt completely aggressively destroys your ultimate freedom and keeps you a gilded slave forever. Step 2. Aggressively, completely optimize your entire daily lifestyle to save 50% of your income. Stop mindlessly buying highly expensive luxury items to impress completely average strangers today. Step 3. Immediately open a totally free Vanguard account and aggressively start buying VTSAX strictly today. Stop completely checking the highly toxic daily financial news entirely and let it compound. You literally absolutely have the exact power to build massive, invisible generational wealth, but you must actively stop completely listening to highly paid, terrible financial professionals forever. If you genuinely, absolutely want the full breakdown of this strategy, I have something. Download the completely free PDF summary of this amazing book in the description below. If this highly aggressive video completely changed your perspective, violently smash that subscribe button. You can also directly buy me a cup of coffee using the simple link below. In my very next video, I am aggressively breaking down the deep psychology of debt. I will completely fully reveal exactly how credit card companies keep you enslaved forever. Until next time, keep completely simplifying your investments and build FU money forever.